You know what's more difficult than forgiving anyone? It's actually forgiving yourself. Yeah. Welcome again. I am back. I'm not gonna force myself to do all like vlogs like this all the time, but yeah. I'm gonna share to you today on 5 reasons why you need to forgive yourself. I hope you do. Number one, it reshapes your past. I think we all know that if you've been hurt before or you've been in a situation that it is stuck in your head, it becomes a very vicious cycle. It's like a loophole from hell. Allow me to quote it from one of the books that I'm reading right now. You keep thinking about that. It's like, you wake up thinking about it, you sleep thinking about it, and if there are trigger points that reminds you of it, it it doesn't remove you from it. You are still stuck from the past. And instead of you trying to look forward, you keep replaying scenarios in your head that are not going to change anymore. And you become a person of your own past. So if you start to forgive yourself, somehow the past will reshape itself. Not that the results are gonna be different or the scenarios are gonna be different, but you change your perspective about it. Before, you only see, if you look at the garden, you only see the soil, you only see the weeds and the grass. But if you change your mindset about the past and you slowly free yourself from the past, you also see the entire garden with the flowers and the butterflies. So instead of you trying to focus on the things that hurt you or the things that it was very difficult for you to move on from it, you begin to see the past on the blessings. You were redirected. You begin to see the learning. You begin to see why it happened to you. So yeah, if you slowly begin to forgive yourself, then your perspective or your vision or your mindset about the past will really reshape. Now, the second reason why you need to forgive yourself is because the grace will not come. Again, once we were hurt, we were betrayed because of any traumatic experience, there is so much hatred and anger and regret in our hearts. So much. It fills us up to the point that you want to retaliate, you want to take revenge, you want to justify yourself, you want to defend yourself. There's so many ways for you to do these things to make it appear that you are not at the losing end. You don't want to end up as the loser. You do not want to end up being pitied. That's why there's so much strong emotions, heightened emotions, so that you will not break down. We refuse to be meek. We refuse to be calm because for us it shows weakness. And so much buildup of anger, it blocks us from the grace. It blocks us from God's love. Sorry for that. It blocks us from, uh, God's mercy. It just blocks all the positivities in life. So I think we must slowly remove that, one by one. The third reason why you need to forgive yourself is so that you can move forward. So that we can move forward. That's the third reason. And also to forgive others. Because if you make a mistake and you have not acknowledged that somehow you took part in that and you did not take accountability, all we do is just blame others, blame the circumstances, and we do not acknowledge that somehow we allowed it to happen. Once you know, or once you acknowledge that you took part in it, then you slowly become to understand that, human as we are, we cannot always use the excuse that I'm only human, that's why I make mistakes. No, you must always make a conscious effort to do the right thing, at least, right? And if somehow along the course, of your life, the decisions you made were wrong, it caused you pain, or it caused others pain, then you take accountability for it. And the more that you embrace that, then the more that you become attuned, and the more that you are more comfortable that, okay, I can move forward from this. I will move forward with the learning, but I will, let go of the mistake that I did. You don't have to be too hard on yourself. Just take it easy. Fourth reason you have why you need to forgive yourself is because you have to heal genuinely. You have to come from a good place. You cannot heal if you have not forgiven yourself peacefully. Because it's gonna keep coming back. It's gonna haunt you. It's really true, because I kept saying that I forgive this person, but a few years after, the anger is still there, because I have not confronted the fact that I took part in it, that I was still guilty of it. The anger that I see is actually the guilt that I have been bringing for the past years or so. So I need to forgive myself, because I want to heal genuinely. Who doesn't want a genuine healing? Everybody wants a genuine peace, and for you to do that, the hardest part really is to forgive yourself. Fifth reason why you need to forgive yourself. Again, I started, or I did this topic because there was one episode that I've been listening to, from the podcast that I've been listening to. It's about forgiveness. It's so cliche, but it's actually very difficult, and it's very beautiful on how they were able to define forgiveness on oneself. If we do acknowledge that we have a mistake, we tend to regret it. We have so much guilt about it. We ask forgiveness, and then the next day we regret it again. We do not move past that regret. We keep bringing that regret and guilt, and it made you realize that you have underestimated God's forgiveness. Why would you underestimate God's forgiveness? He has forgiven you. You know that. So why are you still being so hard on yourself? Why can't you forgive yourself? Why can't you acknowledge, all those guilt and regret and accountability you have to deal with it, so that you can embrace God's forgiveness genuinely. And once you understand that the power of His forgiveness is more powerful than yours, then definitely you will come from a good place to move on beautifully. So yeah, so those are 5 reasons for me, I guess, why you need to really forgive yourself so that you can have that beautiful healing. I did not say that I have a beautiful healing. I'm on it. I'm working on it. I'm trying. I'm pacing myself. But yeah, it's all about sharing what we know so that everybody can have peace of mind. Someone right now, like you, needs to hear this. TLC.